Welcome you all to our session for today on how to overcome the fear of speaking. Firstly, thank you so much for joining us today for our very first session. So I hope we all have gone through this fear of speaking, and many of us are still facing that fear. But let me tell you, it's very easy to overcome this fear. So let me go ahead and help you with some tips that can help you to go ahead and get out of that fear of speaking for yourself. Let's go ahead. So let me tell you about the very first step, which is choose speaking activities that provoke less fear. Now, what does this mean? So basically, what you need to do is you need to choose an activity where you don't experience that fear of speaking. For example, what you can do is you can just talk to yourself. So, there are times, when you're alone. So this is personally, I would like to tell you that I used to do in my childhood days, and even I do it today. So, for example, there is something that maybe you cannot discuss it with someone, but definitely you can talk to yourself about it. And to talk on that topic, you can go ahead and use your own voice. You can converse in English. So, doing that, you will not be able to just speak in English, but also you will be able to vent out all your feelings that, of course, you cannot do that so easily in front of other people. Yeah. Or what you can do is you can also practice shadowing. Now, what is shadowing? What you can do is, I always recommend my students or people who love to enhance their communication skills that you should listen to some English movies, the characters, how they are talking, and try to watch movies with subtitles. What you can do is you can just try to repeat what they're saying. So whatever they're saying, just try to repeat it in a similar manner. Just forget about the accent or anything, or even if you're trying to copy that, you can do that. That's perfectly okay. Yeah. Now, what else you can do is you can also go ahead and record yourself. So, for example, let's say, like I told you, you can talk to yourself. So that is the time when you can just, press the play button, just forget that, and just keep on talking to yourself. Because, of course, you're talking to yourself, and who'll be the one listening to it? It will be you only. So you can speak effortlessly, and of course, you can speak without that fear of being judged by anyone. Now, secondly, what you can also do is you can read loud. So anything, whatever you like to read, maybe it's an article, maybe there are few quotes, or maybe anything that you're going through, just try to read it loudly so that you can listen to what exactly you're reading. Yeah. So again, step one is choose activity where you feel, less of fear, so that you get into that comfort zone, so that you are able to speak without putting in any effort and without being conscious of what you're talking. Let's talk about step number two, which is choose comfortable language partners. So I hope you got what I'm trying to say here. Of course, in the very first point, we talked about, getting into that comfort zone. So going towards that goal, of course, for that, you need to have a comfortable language partner sometimes. So maybe it can be your best buddy. Maybe it can be your mother, maybe it can be your father, it can be your daughter, it can be your son, it can be anyone with whom you can match your comfort zone. Because what our aim here is, what we are trying to do here is, we are trying to make ourselves comfortable. So, more comfortable we are, the more we'll be able to speak better, right? So it will be very good for you, to get out of that consciousness, or to get out of that fear, that you have someone with whom you can feel that you are in safe hands. So choose comfortable language partners. Okay, so maybe so for example, let me tell you what I used to do is, let's say I'm here and let's say it's one of my friends, or maybe it's my daughter, it's my husband, it's whomsoever it is, or maybe it's my mother. So let's say I'm interviewing, let's say there's some celebrity. I'm just we just playing that, just imagine that you are a celebrity. Okay, and I'm asking some general questions, or maybe something which is controversial going on. So let's say any question, and around that, or maybe just simple things. Oh hi, you're such a great, you're such a great actor or such a great actress, and we would just like to know what is your favorite color? What's the color of your favorite lipstick? So you don't have to ask complex questions from each other. You can just ask very simple questions, because what we are trying to do here is we are trying to get that communication out of you, so that you gain that fluency in your English language. I hope you got it. Now, talking about step three, which says develop your other English skills. So, let me ask you this. I mean, I hope everyone knows, in fact, that for English, your English language to be better, you need to work on your, listening, reading, writing, and then speaking. So when you talk about speaking, it's not just that you will just be after speaking all the time. You can work on your other skills as well. You can work on your listening portion. You can work on your reading portion. You can work on your writing portion. So maybe a lot of you will say, I can write well, but I'm not able to speak. Okay, then try listening. Okay, or try reading. So English language, whenever you go for any particular exam, so these are the four very important aspects. These are the four pillars on which you are judged. So let me tell you, whichever way you are trying to go, goal is same. You need to learn to communicate in English, but for that you need to understand what the other person is saying, because a lot of times it happens is that we are not able to understand what the other person is saying. So we need to make sure that we are able to listen to that person. We are able to understand what that person is saying. So for that, you can just listen to, there are a lot of listening activities online, or maybe like I told you, that you can listen to some English clips, some English movies, something of your interest. I'm not saying you have to, read a lot of books for it, but for example, I like thrillers. So what I do is, I search for some thriller movie and I watch it for some time. Or maybe whatever movie you like horror movies, anything, whatever you like, just search for that, listen to it. Just, at night, usually, most of us, this generation, we are night people. So we don't fall asleep until 2 or maybe 1, and we like to just navigate our phone for some time, and then later on go about with our sleep and the regular routine that we go ahead with. So what you can do is, at the time you go to sleep, just watch any English movie, or maybe watch any show. There are so many. Or maybe if you are fond of or you want to get some latest update on what's happening around the world, just watch any TED Talk, or maybe watch any English channel, anything in English. I hope you are understanding what we are trying to help you with here. So we are trying to make sure that through this lesson or through this video that you'll be watching, you are able to listen, you're able to understand. Okay, and in addition to that, if there are subtitles there, you're also reading at the same time, and the other person is speaking. So your all senses are alert, and at the same time you are working on your speaking skills. So it's very important for you that just not focus on speaking, you can focus on your other skills as well at the same time. That will in a way help you to come beautifully with your English language. Let me come to step number 4, which is forget perfection. Now, everyone, I would like to say this to everyone out and loud. Don't think of yourself as a superhero. Of course, we all are, the best of our kind. But yes, don't think that, in the very first shot, or maybe within a few days or within a month, you will be able to speak flawlessly. Never. Even people who are at a very good level today, they do make mistakes as well. So please don't be worried about anything, and you are learning right now. So just forget that, that you have to attain that perfection in what you're saying. Don't be embarrassed. In fact, you should be, if you're not making mistakes, as simple as that, you're not growing. So, for example, when you learn to ride a bicycle for the very first time, if you don't fall from the bicycle, maybe your mother, your father, maybe your brother, whomsoever taught you that, must have told you, you have to fall once, then you will learn, right? So I'm sure we all must have fallen down that bicycle when we were a child, or maybe, maybe we learned it later, whenever we learned it. So, but you need to make sure that, you are making mistakes. That's how we learn. If you make mistake today, and that's how you will not be making that in the future. Okay, you are speaking in English, so even when you speak in your mother tongue, you make mistakes sometimes. So, and when you're speaking in a language which is not, of course, your first language, and if you're making any mistake, it is absolutely fine. So do not run after perfection at all. You are learning, have confidence in yourself, and go for it. Let me come to step number 5, which is develop methods to get calm. So I'm sure, when we think about talking in English, most of us, we get conscious. So, and, maybe our heartbeat increases, and our palms, they get sweaty, they get wet. Uh, so I would just like to say here is breathe deep, relax. It's English, nothing else. What are you afraid of? Making mistakes? It's absolutely okay. Even the person who's speaking in front of you made mistakes when he or she started learning this language. So it's absolutely okay. It's absolutely normal for you to make mistakes. So just try to be calm. Be calm, move ahead with absolute confidence. Just don't think about being judged at all. And just remember, tomorrow, I've seen so many people, they have made their own ways. They came from a background where they never got that atmosphere where they could see and hear people talking in English, but they made their way around. And when I listen to those people, their life story or their story of success, they often say that, there was a time when people used to make fun of us, but we never used to pay heed to that. And that is the entire mantra of being successful. What you're doing is right, and that is it. You just have to move ahead. So keep yourself calm. You're not doing anything which you shouldn't be doing. You are doing the right thing. You just have to walk, and just continuously walk on the right path. Try to speak and keep yourself calm and composed. Let's come to step number 6, which says smile. So I myself have done it. So there was a time when I was in, if I talk about my school days, I had to do anchoring, and it was a huge crowd in front of me. So to ease out that fear of facing the public, I smiled. I kept that smile on my face. If you will bring that smile on your face, you will be able to deliver excellently. At least you will be able to calm yourself down. So this point is, these all points are interlinked, let me tell you. So smile is something that can help you get out of that zone of yours where you are being too conscious of what you're talking. So smile when you're talking. Even if you're making a mistake, smile. It's okay. Oh, my bad. Okay, I'll correct it. That's okay. It's fine. Just move ahead. Quick and easy. Now, steps number 7. It says just keep speaking. So this is for all of you, whomsoever is watching this. And once you listen to this, please pass it on to the people whom you think or are trying to learn and trying to improvise themselves. Although our teachers used to tell us when we were in school that, go home and talk in English with your father, your mother, your sisters, your brothers, whomsoever you meet, but I don't think most of us did that. So, this is what you need to do. I know it would sound funny, but you need to speak as much as you can in English. uh, Maybe we are born in India. We don't have that atmosphere at home where all of us or maybe all our family members know English. But English is such a language these days where most of the people are familiar with a lot of words. So maybe they won't be able to understand the entire thing that you're saying, but they will definitely be able to understand some part of it. Like kids understand initially when they're learning to talk, even when they're learning their own mother tongue. They try to learn the mother tongue with those certain words. They catch those words and accordingly they go ahead and learn. So this is what you need to do. You just need to talk, because it will not only give you that feeling of confidence, but the other person who's also listening to you, they will also feel happy, and that will also give you a confidence that at least you have someone who's listening to you. So just keep speaking, with whomsoever you can, and whenever you can, talk and talk. So finally, my message to everyone who's watching this, that let me tell you, with consistent practice, your feelings of fear and embarrassment will disappear over time. And you will not even come to know that when did you come out of that fear of yourself. So just follow these steps, and I won't say just these steps. If you think there is anything that you can add and that can help you to get out of that fear of yours, please do it. Just focus on speaking, like I said, speak as much as you can. If you get a chance, do not leave that chance where you can go ahead and listen to a native speaker, or maybe you can listen to an English video. I mean, most of the times we like watching the serials, the dramas, the movies in our mother tongue, but at least maybe for half an hour you can listen to some English channel. Maybe you can listen to some English movie. Maybe you can watch something in English. So if you have to achieve something, you need to do a little effort. If you just keep on saying, hey, no, I don't understand English and I'm not able to do it, I won't be able to do it, that's not going to help. So keep all that negativity out of yours. Be positive, take life positively. You can do it. I have full faith in you, and I'm sure all the people who know you have that faith in you. Believe yourself, you can make the difference, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.